I'm about to be extremely vulnerable because this might help someone. I've never been this vulnerable online in like ever, okay? I believe you are as sick as your secrets, and saying things out loud helps free you. So, my parents were married and then they had me. I guess their marriage was difficult, so they later got divorced. I don't know why, I don't know the details. All I know is that they separated. So I used to be with my mother 1 week, and then I'll go be with my father the next week. Okay? So back and forth. 1 week, my dad never showed up to come and pick me up. I sat by the door, literally waiting and waiting. He never showed up. The following week, I did the same thing. I did this for months, okay? He never came. So I felt so rejected, okay? I still quite literally turn into that little girl when I talk about it. It has.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet this woman here. This video is from the TikTok page. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. Nardos. All right. I can't pronounce that full name, so I will give the first name under the username. But here's the deal, everyone. In today's time, relationships do not last. All right. This woman seems to be maybe her mid-20s. I would say, okay, she's very young looking, has good skin and hair and everything like that. I would say mid-20s, right? Maybe late 20s.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And her parents, when she was, I believe, I guess very young, got divorced. That thing's happened. We cannot change that. And to be fair, if you are a woman out there, you have children, and maybe you are a widow, or your man or the person that you had children with is in prison, or they purposely have derelict their duty in helping to raise the children that you two together created, then this video is not for you. All right. However, with that being said, this woman is going to express something that happened to her as a young child that has stuck with her through her entire life. And this is on the fault of the mother. All right. And there are people in the comments that are saying, well, oh, she's crying, this must be fake and blah, blah. Well, I would argue that you would not say that if the woman was crying of something that is against the man, that's something that's the man's fault. Okay. You see comments like that. The internet is so fake. Moms see kids, things don't. Here's another one. There are two sides of the story. If the mother speaks her truth, I'm 100% sure she was protecting you. And there are other comments in here that are echoing the same sentiment. Most people in here, or at least half the people in here, are trying to protect the mother. Someone that in this particular situation, in my opinion, judged off of her commentary in this video, does not need any or doesn't deserve any protection. Now, I'm going to let the video finish playing, or I'll run it back from the very beginning so you can get the full context. And you're going to find out why this man somehow all of a sudden ceased to see this young girl when she was young, and she wanted the company, I would say the love of not only her mother but her father, and this has affected her. And if you meet a woman that has trust issues, if you meet a woman that doesn't respect men very much, or if this was a young man, if you meet a man and he has trust issues, if he does not have a healthy respect for women or men, if he was, as you would call, a son husband, this particular situation here could possibly be the reason why. Now we're going to run this back and let you get the full context. Okay, I will break in between because it's almost a 3-minute video. So I will break in between for fair use purposes, but let's let this young lady reveal her trauma.
I'm about to be extremely vulnerable because this might help someone. I've never been this vulnerable online in like ever, okay? I believe you are as sick as your secrets, and saying things out loud helps free you. So my parents were married and then they had me. I guess their marriage was difficult, so they later got divorced. I don't know why. I don't know the details. All I know is that they separated. So I used to be with my mother 1 week, and then I'll go be with my father the next week. Okay? So back and forth. 1 week, my dad never showed up to come and pick me up. I sat by the door, literally waiting and waiting. He never showed up. The following week, I did the same.
Okay, this is the pause for YouTube guidelines under fair use. All right. By the way, fair use YouTube, you got this part. All right. Let's get the context.
I did this for months, okay? He never came. So I felt so rejected, okay? I still quite literally turn into that little girl when I talk about it. It has changed the trajectory of my life, okay? So I didn't find out until literally recently as an adult that my father did not abandon me. My mother cut him off because she was afraid that he was gonna take me from her. So I literally had to grow up without a father, thinking that my father didn't love me. So I would go on dating these men who were amazing to me. I've had wonderful relationships, and I would literally feel like the love was never enough because my father didn't love me. How could another man love me? So it just fucked me up, okay?
Now, she said that the mother cut the father off because she was afraid that the father would take her child, their daughter, from her. Now, we all know at this point in 2026 that half the time the mother is the least responsible person to parent the child. Oftentimes, the father actually has not only better resources, not only a more stable situation, but is an overall better person and better parent than the mother. Okay. But because of doctrine and philosophies and things of that nature today, the default sentiment, the default thought or mindset is that the mother, because she birthed the child, because she brought the child into this world, not that she did by herself. This is not immaculate conception. Like I said, this is not Jesus Christ. But because she brought the child in the world, that she's the best person to care for the child. We all know that today's time, half of the time, at least I would say, that is false. Also, a lot of times the mothers will turn this child into as they say in this space, a emotional tampon. The mother will say, you know what, I don't need the father, I just need the child in my life. Well, the child ends up getting the brunt of everything that the mother's going through. Or the son or daughter, they end up getting all of the emotional baggage that the mother has, instead of another man coming in and taking that over that position, to where the kid can focus on being a child and going through all the trials and tribulations and the fun things of being a child, an adolescent, into a grown adult. They have to also deal with the pain and the strife and the struggles of the mother. Also, this woman said that she had plenty of good men, but because she had trust issues, because she felt the love was never enough, because in the back of her mind, she's thinking, well, this man might eventually leave me like my dad left me, so I'm going to do it first. That's what this woman's been doing her entire life. And now she understands that, Mom, this is your fault. That even though the dad wasn't there, y'all were divorced, he still could have been an influence in my life, a positive influence that would have still made me a better, well-rounded woman or man if you're a man in this situation because of it. But now she has to pick up the piece and try to reorganize her mentality as a full-grown adult now that she is armed with this information now on the back end, instead of developing it in a healthy way, a healthy trajectory while she was growing up. Let's continue.
Good. So this is why I chose the man that I chose to have a baby with. Like, everything truly makes sense.
Oh, by the way, going through her video catalog, she does have a child, but if I'm not mistaken, she's single still. Even though she said the man she chose to have a kid and all that, this woman doesn't have a man. She does have a baby daddy. And again, what happened to her as a kid could be why she's in this position now.
My grandmother tells me this, and I was angry at my mom. Angry, okay? Because how dare you be that fucking selfish and not think of me? You don't think I wanted to have my father? I've forgiven her, now I've made peace with it. But that's why I feel so strongly about cutting parents or cutting the other person off. You don't get to fucking do that. You don't, okay? Because like I said, it scarred me. And now my father is dead, and it haunts me for the rest of my life. Because I literally grew up thinking he didn't want me. That wasn't the case. He was coming. They were returning him. And I was sitting there by that door, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and he never showed up. And I hope this brings me some type of closure, because it literally eats at me all the time, still to this.
Now, there's only a couple seconds left, and she's probably gonna be saying the same kind of things. But as you see now, and by the way, for to be fair to the viewer, I didn't see any tears come out of her eyes either. But if we're taking this video on face value, her father is now deceased, so she is not able to get that love again on the back end that she missed while she was growing up. And she can't even make peace with this man and say, you know what, Dad, I didn't hate you, okay? Because you might have thought that maybe I grew up hating you because you didn't see me. You might have assumed that, but no, Dad, I now know, and I'm sorry for my mom, and I'm sorry you were able to share these moments with me. She can't make peace at all. So this is an anchor that will be on her heart probably for the rest of her life, that will require therapy or some type of healthy way to cope with this, because now she can't, there's no closure with this situation now. And again, there is a movement of people cutting off their parents because of, wrongdoings and things like that. The same they would call for a friend or a partner or things like that. And in a situation like this, I can't say I blame her. You kept my father from me because you were selfish. You were afraid that he was going to take me from you. And what if he did? Maybe he would have been the better parent to raise me. And that doesn't mean that he wouldn't have kept you out of my life either. And actually, this situation proves that he probably wouldn't have been a better parent, at least, on the assumption, because look what you did to me, Mom. You kept him from me. And like I said before, if you are not a mom like this out there, you don't have this mentality that you purposely kept the child from your father or from their father because of selfish reasons, this video is not for you. Okay? But for the ones out there that are watching this video, that in the back of your mind, you have kept the child from their father because you were afraid they're going to take them from you, not because they were going to harm the child, but you just want them all to yourself. Just like the Kim Kardashian video I did some days ago. Same deal. My child, this is mine. Like the robe on her back, like the jewelry she's wearing, this is my child. And how dare you attempt, or why, to keep that from even happening, I'm going to beat you to the game. I'm going to just stonewall you from your child. So you never get to see them because you'll never be around. You won't have the chance to take the child from me because you'll never be around them. This is sad. Again, if what she's saying is true, this is truly tragic and traumatic. And I hope that she's able to get the help that she needs. And I hope that her mother understands the grave mistake she made in her daughter's life. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know in the comment section if you are a victim of this type of behavior like this woman here. And if you are one of these, dare I say, deadbeat mothers out there that have done something like this to your child, let me know in the comment section why you did it. I'd like to have a conversation with you too. Let me know down in the comment section either way. And please, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell will be out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.